Hello, everyone. I'm your immigration attorney, Jorge Molina, and today we're talking about something a little bit different than what we've been talking about all these weeks, and that is about our paperless office, right? So before we're talking about the changes in laws, regulations, and how it affects you, but now we're going to talk about how we work to serve your needs. And the reason that we wanted to talk to you a little bit about our office is because so many questions come up in the either when we start the case, in the middle of the case, or after the case. So we want to clarify a few of these, and just to let you know a little bit more about us. So you're fully aware of how we operate. And again, this is to honestly, our all these policies, everything we're going to talk about is really to provide a better service to you. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. All right, so we made a PowerPoint presentation, which I'm going to share with you right now. Just give me 1 second. Go share. So here we are. Okay, so the number one question, or it's not really a question, it's more of a surprise to most of our clients. And they go, well, they come by our physical office in Arlington and say, well, I'm outside. Why is the door locked? And I'm either in court or in an interview or out of the office for whatever reason. And they called the office and it was like, well, they answer the phone and say, well, I'm outside. Can you come get the door? And they're surprised to hear that our team is actually based in Managua, Nicaragua. They're not here. And the reason that they're so surprised is that it really does feel as if our team is right there next to you, working, and they're very familiar with what they're doing, right? So, we are very purposeful in the sense that we want to make you feel that everything is seamless, right? So we make it seem as if we're right next to you because we have policies in place that allow us to work on your case without having to be physically present here in the US. So that's the first thing. That's a big surprise. But so how do we achieve this? Okay, so we have internal policies that are really designed for several things, but the number one thing is security, right? So we know that your information is very important. We have a duty to protect all your confidential information, dates of birth, your children's names, stuff like that. So we take this very seriously. We also have a commitment to excellent customer service. So in order to balance these interests, we developed important policies. So, for example, we have policies as to how we receive messages, how we communicate these messages, when we need to call our clients. And for example, if you open a case, we give you a list of documents that you need to provide to us, and you haven't sent it to us within 5 days, we have an internal policy that we're going to reach out to you again and see what's going on. Also, because we're handling very important documents from you, and all of these documents are saved in our servers that are, these are secure cloud-based servers that they use the best security available in the market. So we also have policies as to how to label things, how to save them, when to save them. So for example, when we scan documents, when those documents are being submitted to the cloud storage, they're encrypted. And before they're downloaded to storage, they're also encrypted. So that's what we mean with double encryption with all our scanning. So Also, another important factor for us in being able to handle all this information and providing excellent customer service is that we need to train on how to handle these things and on the changing technologies and policies out there. So, we made a very conscious effort that we need to be in top of, we got to be ahead of the curve in all these changes. So we need to, not only me as a managing partner need to be aware, but my entire team needs to be aware of what it is our duty in terms of handling technology and handling cases and information. So, that's why we have periodic trainings. I would say at least 3 or 4 times a year. And if there's an issue that comes up, if there's a learning opportunity, or we can see that something will be an issue in the near future, we get together, we meet, and we develop a new procedure to handle that issue. So, this is how we ensure that we're, ahead of the curve, and we're not just reacting to issues, but we're preventing them. So another very important thing, right? So how do we balance this? So we have very strict procedures as to how to handle data. So only the eyes that are supposed to or have to see certain information are seeing that information. So it's not shared widely with everyone. All the work that a person does in a person's file or remotely or anything is logged and tracked in our system. So any changes that are done in anything, we can see it and we can track it. And we also have other tools that we give our clients, right? So if you're a person that prefers to meet in person and hand deliver your documents, we can do that. But if you're very tech savvy and you understand risks, perhaps our secure JMLF platform would work best for you. So we do have a platform. We don't give out the information unless it's strictly necessary and you're going to use the platform. But we can also communicate with encrypted emails. Certain information we do not give out even through encrypted email, but some others we can actually do it that way. So, bottom line is, yes, we do want to provide an excellent customer service, and we want to make sure that that you're protected. So that's why we have all these policies and procedures that we follow very strictly. Okay, so we also have a very good habits of how to handle information. So, for example, we never store your credit card or debit card information or any payment information. We do accept credit cards. We do even accept recurrent payments, but we do that through a third party vendor that follows very strict rules for financial services, and we let them handle that security aspect. That is as secure as any procedures implemented by a bank. So, we're very proud of our vendors in that sense. It's very secure system. Also, if you're meeting a person and, they gave us some information regarding, phone numbers, emails, and stuff like that, and we don't open a case, we delete that information within the next 90 days, right? So if I'm not going to use it, we're going to delete it. And then for our cases, after we're done working the case and we give the client the opportunity to either retrieve the physical file, which is not very much because, again, we're a paperless office, or to retrieve the digital file, we delete this information. And it's not just deleting it, but we make sure that they're no longer in the cloud, they can be rescued, can be accessed. We do this to protect our clients and to protect ourselves. All right, so at the end of the day, we do all these things, like I said, with the goal of making this process as seamless and as easy as possible, right? So we understand that your end goal is not, just to work with us, even though we do try and provide you with the best customer service possible, but we know that you have a goal in mind, right? So it's either a green card or a work visa or being able to get a relative in the US or getting out of jail or, not getting deported, whatever it is, you have a goal in mind. Right. So what we do is that we try to make it as easy as possible for you to achieve that goal. So that's why we implement these policies and we use this technology. So, for example, you can work on your case at your own pace and whenever it's convenient for you. So, if you're a person that's busy from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m., we're not going to schedule an appointment for you at 2 p.m. We're gonna accommodate to your schedule, right? And if you can't work on your case and in the middle of the day, you can work at your case at night or whenever you have time or whenever you feel like it, right? So we work at your pace when it's convenient for you. Another important, great, or something that's really great working with us is that you can work with us from anywhere in the world. We literally have clients from everywhere, every continent in the world except the South Pole, Antarctica. So, if you're in India or South Africa, Germany, Mexico, anywhere in the world, we can work with you at your pace when it's convenient for you. Also, these policies and procedures and the way that my team works is that we guarantee excellent customer service like this because it really matters how we talk to you, how we communicate with you, and how easy we make the process. So we're always striving to please. So this is very important. And lastly, one comment that I've received often is, wow, we really a client with the service. It was fast, convenient, no mistakes, no errors. And often, they work with other attorneys before and say, wow, I'm really surprised with how great it turned out. And, the cost was significantly lower than other places. They say, well, I shopped around and stuff and, the lowest price, but you are also the best service. So this is because we are able, all these savings, we don't have a fancy office in downtown or, a huge filing room, right? So we are able to save a lot in our fixed cost, and these savings are passed on to you. So, at the end of the day, we do this for you. We are always striving to please. And the reason for this webinar was to, let you know a little bit more about how we work and how our paperless office works. So again, I'm Jorge Molina, your immigration attorney. You can always reach us at 469-708-5800. Again, 469-708-5800. Or you can send us an email at info@jmolinalawfirm.com. Again, thank you for your time. Bye-bye.